Hello and good afternoon. My name is Harry Hinshaw of Enhanced Healing Counseling. And what I'd like to talk to you about today is a counseling process, a program of counseling called transformation. I have been working for many years in the field of substance use and also mental health. I was trained in Boston, where I went to school, and then eventually moved to Miami and worked in the Miami area for many years in the substance use and mental health field. One of the things that I have discovered is that the root of the problem is not anything external to the person. It's not people, places, things. It's not drugs. It's not alcohol that are the problem. The problem is the person. The problem is their thinking. And it's their thinking that's the problem, but it's also their thinking that is also the solution. Transformation is about changing thinking. So when we change our thinking, when we bring it more in alignment with truth and adequacy, our life changes. What I have found is that transformation rests upon several principles. I call them principles because they're sort of a guiding light of how transformation worked. The first three principles is really what I want to address today in a brief way. The first three principles of transformation make up what I refer to as the triangle of transformation. It's responsibility, choice, and power. The first one is responsibility. Transformation believes that we're totally responsible for everything that we think, say, feel, believe, do, and experience. All of our experiences we're responsible for. It's not like life is creating us. We're creating life. And this is one of the hardest principles for many people to wrap their heads around and understand and accept. But once you do, you start to access the power that you have. The second principle of the triangle of transformation is choice. And I choose all of my experiences. I choose everything that I think, all my feelings, my behavior, and my experiences. And the third is power. I have the power to change my life. Many people believe, especially in the recovery movement, that we are powerless. And the truth is that we're not powerless. No one is a victim. You could say that victimization really doesn't exist, that we always have the power to change our life, to transform our life. We've never given it up. These three triangle principles, or the principles of triangle of transformation, are absolutes. I am always responsible for my experiences. I always choose them. And I always have the power to change my life. And this rests upon me changing my thinking. One of the things about transformation is the goal is ultimately for us to learn how to love ourselves. And what this really means is learning how to change our self-image, what we think about our value and our worth as a human being. And transformation is the program, the process of helping people to discover and to become aware of how to do this. And it really rests upon changing, the thoughts that we have and the beliefs that we have, especially about ourselves. When individuals participate in a program of transformation, they start to create what I refer to as a conversation of transformation. Transformation invites a new way of thinking, internally and externally. Clients learn how to engage in what's called the conversation of transformation. And it rests upon things like speaking kindly and loving to oneself, replacing negative internal dialogue with affirmations of truth and value, using words that empower rather than disempower. So I hope that this has been helpful in presenting this way of programming, a way of counseling called transformation. I believe that there is hope, that people can transform themselves, that people can break free of addiction, by changing how they think and feel about themselves. That, to me, is ultimately the key to the entire process of transformation and recovery. Again, thank you very much for allowing me to introduce this process called transformation. And I look forward to presenting more things about transformation and counseling and treatment in the near future.